So, now, at this moment, we are redoing my Vi gauntlets. Yay! Right now I'm working on the fingers, which are technically the most complicated part of this entire process. It's a huge pain, but if you want your fingers to move, it's worth it. So
it's worth it.
What?
It's worth it because you want fingers to move.
Yeah, of course you want your fingers. You want articulating fingers, right?
People like articulating fingers.
I don't know what it is. Well, I do, totally. They're amazing, but it's just fun. Okay, so here, we have, this is the middle finger, so it's the longest, because a lot of people, when they make the fingers, they make them all the same length, and I think that's really stupid, because there's no way that they would be the same length. So I make mine all different sizes. So here I have a middle finger. The length goes to here, so it actually folds up here. Make sure you don't use, you want matte cardboard and not stuff like this that's got plastic on it, because the plastic can tear off and it's really, you have to cover that with tape and it's really annoying. So try and get like matte cardboard. So here's a middle finger, here's a pointer and ring finger, so there's two of these. Where's the other one? Where did it go? Did I lose it? Oh, they're right here. So then this goes here like that, and then this one's here. Like this. So once they're actually all built, they actually look like this. This is the...
They have added bottoms though.
Yeah. So they connect. The rest are kind of destroyed.
This is what a pinky finger looks like.
Once the pinky
if
finger...
If you get your pinky run over by a steamroller truck.
Yes. Sad affair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay away from steamroller trucks.
So this is what they look like in the end. And when you pull... Actually, this one isn't a good one to pull. If you... Nope, neither was this one apparently. Where's the one we were using before?
Tore it up?
I think we tore it up. Shit. Shoot. Is it this one? It is this one. Okay. So once you're done...
R.I.P. in peace.
Saddest finger. So once it's done, you can pull it and the whole thing... If I can find the cord again. We're using fishing wire. And you... Oh,
For all you fishermen out there.
Yeah, you'll need fishing wire.
Or fisher women. Equal rights.
So, feminism. So, you pull it and the whole thing kind of pulls in on itself. And this will be attached to a key ring, so you can just pull it and they all pull individually. I've seen a lot of people do this a lot of different ways, but I find this is the best way, most comfortable way. You can put gloves on, it's really comfortable. I mean, 4 days, it's gonna hurt anyways. So, yeah, this is how the finger works, which is really cool. So to achieve that shape, you need to make the first one with a square. You essentially cut out a square. I'll put in the dimensions after. So you want to take a square out of the top, but slightly angled a little more down because you want the finger to be tipped like your natural finger. So you kind of want it to be like a triangle, but square, like that. Not much. So that when you fold it and fold it down, it goes like that. See how it kind of looks like the natural slope of a finger, I guess? These ones, you want to...
have arthritis.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But arthritis awareness.
Yeah, arthritis awareness. So, and then the rest of them you want to take a flat-topped triangle out of. See how it's kind of, there's a little extra there, so it's flat on top and then a triangle. So that when you fold it up, they kind of connect properly. See? So the finger can fold properly.
Now, do you know, for specifics, do they want an equilateral, isosceles, obtuse angle triangle, or right angle triangle?
Go die. I don't know.
Once again, audience, you can do the math.
Do the math for yourself.
Do the math yourself.
So you're going to cut out 4 pointer or ring fingers, and then you're going to cut out 2 middles and 2 pinkies. Because unless you want, I don't know how to make the thumb move. The thumb on my gauntlets are stagnant. So, and then you're going to need a butt ton of springs. You need 4 springs for every finger.
What?
You're going to take a spring and put one here and one there.
Can we have a Kickstarter for people to buy a spring?
I say buy them in bulk if you can. from like
The bulk spring store.
eBay or someplace that's equally as, you know, easy to purchase bulk springs from. Now, originally, you're gonna have to cut the shit out of this. But originally, I know I can't do one take. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's how I'll do that. So I will be back in a minute once I have all of these cut out. Hi. Okay, so we are going to take this piece of cardboard here and turn it into one of these. Yay! So I'm going to teach you how to make
And that's it.
one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So what you need for making one of these is lots and lots of cardboard. I use lots and lots and lots of cardboard.
Single ply, or is that 2 ply? I can't.
That's single ply.
Okay, I'm trying to focus on that. I'm failing. Single ply.
Single ply. Okay, so what you want to do is you basically make a rectangle and then you cut out these weird shapes so that once you put them all together, it makes a 3-dimensional shape that can bend.
Mm-hmm.
So you take kind of like pizza wedges out of the corners. This knuckle is smaller. These two are slightly larger. They're actually, I think, the same. Yeah, they're the same size. So yeah, you want to take these little shapes out with pizza wedges there and here to make it able to bend once it's glued. Boop, like that. And once it's done, it looks like that. So it looks perfect, seamless, beautiful finger.
What else do we need to make it?
You need a hot glue gun.
Yes.
You need a pair of scissors.
I'm not going to use any glue.
That's magic if you don't need glue. You need glue gun. Make sure you have lots of these because you'll go through lots of these little glue sticks. Unless you have a bigger, you know, whatever. You know what to do.
Unless you're, you know.
Magic. I have 2 X-Acto knives because at some point one of them will get dull. And then I use 2 different kinds of springs. I use 41.3 millimeter by 4.8 millimeter springs. So that's this one here.
Trying to focus. Yep.
You get it? Okay. And then the other one that I use, this is the last one of that one. So it's 41.3, which is the length, and then 7.9, and that is this one here. That spring. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how I make these. I basically take this spring here, put that one there. I'll glue them down with the other cardboard, and this one goes here. Because this is much lighter up here than it is down here. So yeah, that's how you do it. That's everything you'll need. I'll explain it in a second. Alright, so I've taken a few steps here because it just takes a little bit of time and it's not fun to watch. So basically I take the spring and I insert actually glue it into a small piece of cardboard so that the spring has something to push against when it compresses. Because it's a compression spring, so that just kind of makes sense. So I'll glue this one first, which is up at the top. The way I do it is I take the glue and I put it on 2 sides. So this is the bottom side, and then the side that's going to be touching the cardboard. And then I do the same on this side. Like that. Be careful because glue is really hot. And then I place it down and I hold that up. So I leave that for a couple minutes, more like until the glue is dried. Alright, so this is the most important part of the tutorial because this is what gives your fingers the strength and the movement that you need for them to be awesome. So what I've done is I've taken cardboard and the grain moves this way, so I could bend it this like on either side this way, but you want to make sure that it can't bend this way because this is your stress point right here where this perler bead is tied to this fishing line. And then I've also reinforced it even more with a piece of cardboard because you want to make sure this is super strong so it doesn't bend when you're pulling on the finger on the ring. So you take this, I poked it with a needle and moved it around a little bit so it's a relatively large hole, put the cord through it, and now I can literally just glue it right into place right here. So I'll do that super quickly.
Because you can also see all the other springs are now glued into
Yes.
place.
And I have 2 pieces here. One here, one here. Really, you just cut them to fit. You can trim them afterwards, and they'll get covered with tape after, like this one.
Yeah.
So it's not too much to fret about, but
Yeah. You get it.
yeah, you don't want to.
Because our viewers are some of the smartest viewers on YouTube, and that's only based on the statistics that Google provides us. So we're not making that up. Google provides us with those stats.
Careful, glue's really hot.
Depending on your glue stick.
Yeah.
Walmart glue seems to run extremely hot.
I don't know why. We bought ones from. I honestly have no idea. We bought ones from Home Depot. Maybe they were just better quality, but
Than Walmart? I don't know.
I know, right? But basically, the previous glue sticks, I was able to touch them, like, literally as soon as they came out of the gun, I could touch it and smooth it out. This one, I burnt the ever-living shit out of my finger. Just touching it. It had already been out of the glue gun for, like, 30 seconds, and I touched it, and I burnt my finger. I don't know why this one runs so hot, but it's a nightmare.
Danger, danger!
Danger zone!
High voltage!
Yeah, pretty much. So, this is in place. I'm going to wait for it to make sure it's definitely dry. You always kind of go over and trim it off a little bit. There's always
Sorry, trying to get some of that.
trimming action.
There was a little bit of string sticking out, which she did cut, which isn't a big deal. In case anybody's worried about cutting that little bit of string out.
Where?
Of the top. Just sticking out of the top.
Oh, in there, yeah.
Yeah.
You just tuck it
Yeah,
inside.
do not cut this
Yeah.
end of it. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So, Jordan, if you have the honors, will you pull my string?
Will I pull your string?
So now, oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's like a sit-up. Okay.
So now for the next piece, because the string portion of this is definitely the most irritating and complicated. Basically, what I'm gonna do now is I've actually lost my needle.
Now, is it a finger or a caterpillar?
Oh my gosh, Jordan. And everybody, Jordan, the comedian.
No. That's for the kids that are watching. Because kids dig caterpillars.
They do. I've lost my needle. It's a huge, like, sewing needle, so it's not gonna earn.
Okay, I was gonna say sewing or heroin. But sewing
What?
is.
What are you implying? We clearly must be drug addicts if we're planning on making an Aatrox costume a second time.
We're not making it a second time. We're just upgrading it.
Upgrading?
Upgrading. It's not the same thing
This
at
is
all.
terribly embarrassing. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get a... I have another needle in here.
Okay, comment below if you think you know where it is.
Did I, like, put it somewhere?
I don't know. What the heck is that?
That's actually a needle from a sewing machine that's bent, and I can't use it in my sewing machine. But for some reason, I thought it was a fantastic idea to keep it, and it's coming in handy, so... Pack rat habits.
Right.
What? It's probably like stuck in my leg somewhere, and I don't know it. Assuming. So, the next piece, you want to move this out of the way. The last time I ruined one of my fingers because this touched that. I'll do it on the very end. So
No, do not. There's no point in touching the fishing wire to a hot surface. Just don't
But
do
if
it.
you leave it, it'll melt it. I don't know why it's not doing it now, but it melted it before.
Okay, well.
Way to make me a liar.
Can't find her needle, people. This is what she gets like without her needle.
That has terrible implications. You should feel bad. So I've cut a piece off. I do the same thing I did last time. Make sure the grain goes this way. Take your needle, stab it right, and try and get it as centered as possible.
Like it's your enemy. And that's the
Wiggle it
point.
around a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't know. Except fortuitous. You take the end, you run it through. Keep the like the smoothest side of your cardboard on the outside so that it looks nice when you. It's time to spray. So then I'm gonna take this. I screwed that up. I put it in the wrong side, guys.
Okay, guys, watch how she does this.
Extra close. We gotta focus.
This is
for
the
once.
right side
Okay.
to do it. You go into the white side if it'll go through. And now it doesn't even want to go through. I hate my life. Okay.
It goes.
There. So you pull it all the way through. There we go. I did it right this time. And then you essentially glue it right up against. You can actually hook it into the
I can't see what you have.
the spring.
Oh.
So actually sometimes I'll push it into the spring so it's right up flush against it. Like that, see? So I'll take some glue, do a wow. What is it good for? Sticking stuff together. Oh, I missed that side.
Oh. See, even cosplay amateurs make mistakes.
That's rude. Just call me an amateur.
I just called both of us amateurs.
That's rude as shit.
I'm sorry. Cosplay expert. Cosplay amateur. Cosplay expert.
Or are you just that's literally just boob. Thanks, Jordan.
Hey, I don't want that to be the way it is.
Okay, so now this is on there nice and toyed like a toiger. See?
Mm-hmm.
These ones.
See, people, when you're rude, you lose the honors to do things.
What?
Let that be a life lesson. I didn't
Yeah.
have the honors this time.
Yeah,
'cause I was
you.
being
Yeah,
rude.
because you're being rude.
It's a life lesson.
Exactly. It's always a little trimming that happens. Don't be afraid to trim.
It's like a haircut.
Yeah.
If you were afraid to get a haircut, your hair would be too long.
That is true.
All right, and basically you do that for the rest of them, and we will be back afterwards. Right?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Okay, but before we go, the next one, the next piece, you literally just put it on there like that. Keep in mind where this is, the cord, because you don't want to cut it or not have it in where it's supposed to be. So this one.
But it's just a flat piece over it that you do not
Yeah.
run the string through.
No, the string gets put.
I said do not.
Whoops. I love scissors.
Okay, we'll watch this piece. I think it's like an encore.
Yeah.
Even though I said it was over.
Okay.
It's better. It's like you don't want to see Katy Perry perform if she doesn't do I Kissed a Girl. You want that encore.
Is that usually what she does for an encore?
I can't remember. We should ask your sister.
Did you go to a Katy Perry concert?
Oh, I wish.
I don't know how I
They made it
feel.
sound so good.
I don't know how I feel about Katy Perry, but I mean,
She's just an entertainer.
yeah.
And if she can't entertain, then she'd be the worst artist ever.
I kissed a girl and I liked it. Taste of her cherry chapstick. So now I'm just going. There's some leakage, some glue leakage. So I'm just gonna go over that a little bit, and apparently glue it to my hand. There's also a lot of excess cardboard on this one, so keeping in mind where your cord is at all times. Oh, that's still a little sticky. You want to cut this off.
It's so important. You should treat it
Like an
as
umbilical
like
cord?
Whoa, you read my mind.
I know! I was thinking the same thing. It was like, it will keep you alive.
That's creepy. We're mind readers now. We might as well just go as Professor Xavier.
Oh my god. Okay, see? Do you see what I almost just did there?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
See that? You do not want that to be your umbilical
You do
cord.
not want this to be your umbilical cord.
Well, actually, you do eventually, but
Not.
we're not there yet, people. We're not there yet.
No.
We're talking second trimester umbilical cord.
Yeah, you haven't come to term yet.
Yeah.
You need to wait.
Yeah.
You're not in your third trimester. I don't even know what's happening right now. So then the last one is this piece, which will fit here. So I'm gonna trim this down again.
And then you do the
Oh,
same on the bottom two pieces.
Yeah.
Like so. Through there and not through there. And then it just kind of hangs at the bots. If you can, you can see the little rope. Bloop, 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 bloop.
And I will show you what to do.
This is called the cereal move. It's like when you're shaking the last bit of cereal out of the box. Oops, sorry. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. His jokes are bad. And he should feel bad.